Hotep, I am that I am. Some call me Heru, your modern monk, your cannabis fitness strategist. Back at it again, touching bases with you, here for you. Adding value, creating value. That's the mission here on 411 Calisthenic Lifestyle Podcast with your host, Heru, the modern monk. Back at it again with episode 44. And you know what? The 44 is going to be before number 43. So I just want to say this. This podcast is a thank you to all the beautiful folks that tune in to this show. We've been seeing record-breaking numbers. And enjoying the record-breaking numbers. You know, like I said, I just posted a post on Instagram. I said, slow gains are the most important, and they're the most to tend to stay with you when you're building muscle, when you're building resistance. You feel me? And this podcast is a thank you. All the 44 years I've been upon the planet. My 44th show on the 411 Calisthenic Lifestyle Podcast show. Well, we've been giving it to you pretty raw. You know, those who's been following my show, you know, you get the down and dirty. We've been enjoying. I want to thank you all for just the support. I'm seeing crazy numbers, and in places I wouldn't even think people actually been tuning in. I mean, I got, believe it or not, I got Australia on the list, and they've been pretty consistent too. Australia, I got Ireland, you know, all these, you know, who's ever viewing, shout out to you all, you know, because I'm like tripping to all these different places out here. Thailand, Chile, you know. Crazy stuff. Japan, shout out to you. You know, United Kingdom. So people been actually tuning in. So I just wanted to give a good thank you. This is from the heart. Much love and all the support y'all have been showing. I have, here's a salesmanship of, I have some teas available. T-shirts for those who's really serious about this. And it's not a movement. It's something that we all need to take advantage of. It's something that we can always build value. That's the key thing. Built in the mind and built in the body. That's the number one elements, priorities we all should have. Money comes second nature. Money comes last, however you want to look at it. But money is a part of that fabric as well. You know, and what money does, don't take me wrong, it allows us. And it allows me to live my life, a more quality life where I can actually give more value to the people I truly love, to the people who I truly touch with my insight or with my thinking. Because, you know, the basic idea, like I said, about the podcast show is basically I'm thinking out loud. And, you know, those who participate, and I appreciate you just, you know, tuning in. Keep sending it out. Keep sharing it with your family, friends, people that you know may be of interest or have some value in what I'm actually speaking on, the subject matter, even though we're based around health, fitness, and many other subtitles or sub-subjects within them particular environments. But we always got to get an understanding of our mental health. That should be first, our mental health. Then our physical health come next, you know, because the mental, get the mental right, then the physical want to play right. You don't want to cheat. You feel me? And see, and these are different practices we talk about within this podcast too. It's like, look, you know, those of you who have experienced athleticism or organized sports/recreational activities, you can probably agree with me on this. Ain't no probably. You can agree with me on this. It's certain things that we have developed throughout our little adolescence training core to the leadership, to the fellowship, to the whole symbolic element of, you know, functioning within the basketball team, within the football team, how many's played, who's on the field. And then the cool thing is about you learn so much as an athlete, and I don't think the athletes get enough credit too, far as how they're able to understand the language, right? You come into any industry, you got to learn the language, what they're talking about, what are they actually pinpointing, what is the certain things, the mental capacity that we should be thinking on anyway. So that's just my personal opinion, but my point is coming around circle. Look, we have opportunities. That's what's so cool about being in an environment like that. You grow up and you think like that. You start putting that you apply that to your lifestyle. That's what I'm coming from with the athleticism, and some of us kept it and some of us didn't, some of us just went to the wayside, the superstar or something. One of the guys you thought would just be awesome in his life is no longer into it. And you see your extremes. That's debatable, yada, yada, yada. But my point is, you definitely put principles together within living a lifestyle as an athlete, especially as a younger athlete, and you was involved in successful programs. Because that's another thing I think about all the time. All the organizations I was working with, during my period of time coming up with these organized recreational activities, they were all great coaches. I had great coaches, literally. And I say this all the time, and that's the thing too. We still got to look for that coach. And the cool thing is, I'm enjoying the feedback. I'm starting to get more feedback from people. So I'm definitely suggesting, encouraging you to give me more feedback. Some of the things you're seeing, some of the things you may want to see my point of view on things. I'm not saying I'm the savior or anything like that, but I do got some viewpoints that I think we just don't. I'm like a questioner. I like asking questions. So I'm like thinking, why are we not thinking about certain subject matters or certain elements or certain environments while we're not being as productive? I was thinking about this earlier today, walking over to the UPS spot or USPS, whatever, post office. And I was thinking, wow, our teachers and they're not blaming all the school teachers, not blaming that, so don't put me in that category. But it's kind of interesting how we are literally creating these crazy lunatic people. Literally, when you think about it, we're developing. Our school system has created zombies. Let's keep it in perspective. We have created zombies over the years. Think about this. The people who can even relate with me when we talk about Lean On Me, the movie Lean On Me, how at once upon a time the schools was kind of violent on that level, and you can see how we just got kind of everybody's zoned out. Everybody's in this position. Even the classic movies are not as funny as no more when it was dealing with school or college. You don't have the weird science, or what's the other classic, Breakfast Club. You don't have those particular movies anymore. This is what I've been noticing. Blockbusters, kind of things that, relate to us. And it was kind of interesting because I was watching earlier that The Simpsons. This gentleman did a little documentary on The Simpsons, the cartoon, and he was showing the whole decline of the show. How the show used to be more very on the opposite side of what family values was about. Kind of like how Family Guy is actually getting all the accolades and everything because they do the opposite of what the family values are about and this and that, and kind of identifying with Brian and, all the other different characters in there. So it's kind of interesting, but that kind of shows us where our minds are at, especially as a people. Because my next, the episode before this, 43, is going to be called Entitlement Customers. And I want to get a little more deeper in what I mean by that, because entitlement, I'm talking about not just customers, but a mindset of certain people. Just don't, we're not grateful for anything, seem like, especially as a whole society. This is just what I'm noticing. Some of the things, don't take me wrong, you see people doing it in some cases, but when you talking overall, like overall kind of morale, because see, once upon a time the morale was totally different in the 80s. Think about it, in the 80s, and obviously I was a young child at that time, but at the same time you can kind of see what was actually available. People actually had more respect. You see what I'm saying? The 90s, they started getting a little more aggressive, you know. Then the 2000s, they just hit them like boom. Okay, we just gonna blow up some shit. Then everybody get them all on the same page, because 9/11 changed a whole bunch of stuff. You know, literally. And we see it within our country. We see it within our culture. We see it within our environments. Even like how certain things are like so pushed. And I never really believed in that concept of one bad apple ruins the whole bunch. You know what I'm saying? No, that one bad apple, he's going to get a few people. Don't get me wrong. He's going to get a few people, or she's going to get a few people. But majority of them are not tainted. You see what I'm saying? So these are things that we talk about here on this show. And I just want to thank you deeply from my heart for those of you who's been tuning in, who's been going on my YouTube channel. You Are the Gym, you know, and getting it and pushing it and getting views and all that other fun stuff. Look, it's not even about fun as well, right? It's more than that. It's like you're helping people. You're literally seeing benefits of what you're doing. You know, now, you know, you really can start seeing how celebrityism feels, right? Don't take me wrong. I'm not saying I want this all the time, because it's just the dopamine high, right? Like any other thing. It's the dopamine. You know, let me get high. Let me feel, you know, let me feel myself for a minute. But no, I want to personally thank you, and I appreciate you, the love, the respect. You know what I'm saying? Definitely tune in, share it with other people. I can't express it enough. Share it with other people, because we definitely making some things happen, you know, and you're highly appreciated. You know what I'm saying? You're highly appreciated. You take time to listen to my hour of rant. Shout out and respect to you for sure. So, like I said, just working on some things. Got some tees out there ready. Even got some socks and some mask for you too. You Are the Gym. But just promoting the merch. Buy 30 of these mugs. That's what's his name. Chris Jones be saying, yeah, buy 30 of them. You know what I'm saying? You know, let's get this You Are the Gym all out there. I do own You Are the Gym. I do own YOU Are the Gym as well. So we gonna get this popping. This is not just a movement. This is actually something, a part of the fabric. I want to help millions restore their health and fitness back, you know, and take more ownership of your health and fitness. You don't need that doctor unless you just already messed up. But overall, no, you don't need that doctor. You need the self-help. You need the self-wealth. You need the self-physical, every aspect, spiritual, mentally, all that. Because see, when you get on the path, that's why I think a lot of people the religion aspect goes away. As you keep moving forward in your spiritual journey, right? You're going to start seeing, you're going to start connecting the dots, but at the same time, you're going to see a broader picture, because it is not about the religion. It's about the connection, right? Each one teach one. Become my brother, become my sister. You know, we're one. How can we grow together? That's the point. How can we grow together? How can we take our game? And some of us are a little older than, you know, been in the game for a while, so we know a few things. You feel me? But not saying that we all just gonna start on one level. But at the same time, we gotta be more open to concepts, to ideas, to thoughts. You know, and not just some BS, because we got a lot of BS out there. You know, a lot of things that don't even line up, but they just manufactured. Uh-oh, you heard that word, manufactured. But no, I want to thank you again, and I'm going in the 15-minute mark. I want to thank you for all your support. Buy them shirts. I got some tees waiting for you. 27 a pop. 27 a pop. But you definitely appreciate it. And if you want me to sign it too, I'll sign my endorsement on there. You know what I'm saying? Because these shirts is going to be worth millions. Once upon a time, y'all going to be like, this brother. I'm predicting it right now. 2020, July 1st. So until next time, tune in because I'm going to, I've been hitting these. We've been pretty consistent with it. We've been hitting up a podcast every week. So 2 to 3 of them a week. So we definitely going to give you some more. I got something for y'all tomorrow. Episode number 43. Entitlement customers. Entitlement customers. So we're going to really get down and dirty. Not just customers. Your fellow man, your fellow woman is what we're going to be identifying and really positioning ourselves to benefit. Literally, to benefit. That's another key thing. My cousin, he had sent me something. He was talking about what's my thoughts on this mask issue, and I think it's another liberty taken as well. Another liberty. You talking fresh air. You talking breathing the air of the Mother Earth, but then you're restricting me with a mask. You're restricting me with a mask. Come on, people. The next one is water, people. Believe it or not, it's water. They got most of this water on lockdown. They selling it to us in bottles, plastic bottles. Am I tripping or nobody's asking these questions? All these bottled water companies. Next minute we talking about, they're shutting down our water. This is what we got to deal with. Just like they're shutting down your earth. They're shutting down your oxygen, your carbon monoxide. You feel me? Your production. Your currency. That's what they shutting down. That's what they talking about on this mask. Y'all talking about, wow, this brother taking look, it's a little step. But that's how they get you. Right? You know the frog method. Put the frog in the pot. Let the water boil. He don't think he getting hot. He cool. He comfortable. You feel me? Boil that water up. Then have that frog jump up in there. He gonna jump right up out of there. That's the metaphor. Now, and how many of us is doing that? Sitting up in the chaos. Following the rules just like the sheep do. Follow the rules. But like I was telling my cousin the other day, lions don't sleep among sheep. You feel me? Lions, they sleep by themselves or they the big kahuna. They gonna handle their business and sleep with other lions. I don't know. Think about it. But like I said, I want to thank you all. Appreciate y'all. Tune in. Send this podcast, even some of my older shows, send that podcast out there because I'm going to be bringing on some archives I did years ago, over 10 years ago, got some archives that I think was really beneficial to what we was talking about then, but at the same time, it's starting to be now, the present. Shout out to you. Peace. I'm out. Much love. 411 Calisthenics.